everyone! Today we're covering some of the most common questions about commercial driver's licenses, or CDLs. But before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you the most up-to-date CDL information. Ready? Let's dive in. Question 1. What is a commercial driver's license? A CDL is a special license that allows you to operate large or heavy commercial vehicles, including trucks, buses, and vehicles carrying hazardous materials. It's required by federal law for jobs involving commercial driving. Question 2. Why do I need a CDL? A CDL is required by the Department of Transportation to ensure drivers of commercial vehicles meet higher safety and skill standards. Without it, you legally cannot operate most trucks, buses, or HazMat vehicles. Question 3. What are the different classes of CDLs? There are 3. Class A, combination vehicles over 26,001 pounds with a trailer over 10,000 pounds. Class B, single vehicles over 26,001 pounds. And Class C, vehicles transporting 16 plus passengers or hazardous materials. Your class depends on the type and size of the vehicle you'll be driving. Question 4. What are endorsements? Endorsements are additional permissions on your CDL that allow you to drive specialty vehicles or carry specific cargo. You can earn them by passing extra written exams, and sometimes additional training is required. Question 5. What endorsements are available? Common endorsements include HazMat, H, tankers, N, passengers, P, school bus, S, doubles/triples, T, and X, a combo of HazMat and tankers. Each has its own test and requirements. Question 6. How do I get a CDL? Start by getting a Commercial Learner's Permit, CLP, complete entry-level driver training, ELDT, pass a DOT medical exam, and then pass both a knowledge and road skills test. Most states also require proof of identity, residency, and a clean driving record. Question 7. What is a Commercial Learner's Permit, CLP? A CLP lets you practice driving a commercial vehicle with a licensed CDL holder in the passenger seat. You need this before taking the full skills test for a CDL. Question 8. How long do I need to hold a CLP? Federal law requires you to hold a CLP for at least 14 days before taking your CDL skills test. Some states may require longer or offer specific training windows. Question 9. What is ELDT? Entry-level driver training is mandatory training for new drivers and anyone getting HazMat, school bus, or passenger endorsements. The training includes both classroom and behind-the-wheel instruction and must come from a registered provider. Question 10. What age do I need to be to get a CDL? You must be at least 18 to drive commercially within your state, intrastate, and 21 for interstate driving or to carry hazardous materials. Some companies may have their own age requirements. Question 11. Do I need a high school diploma? No federal law requires it, but some training programs or employers might. That said, you must be able to read and speak English well enough to understand road signs and communicate with others. Question 12. What is the DOT physical exam? The DOT physical is a mandatory health exam to confirm you're medically fit to drive a commercial vehicle. It must be conducted by a certified medical examiner listed on the FMCSA registry. Question 13. What does the DOT exam include? It covers vision, hearing, blood pressure, and checks for conditions like diabetes, heart problems, or neurological disorders. You'll also need to provide a urine sample to screen for health indicators. Question 14. How long is the medical examiner's certificate valid? Typically, it's valid for up to 24 months. If you have a health condition like high blood pressure, you might be issued a shorter certificate and need more frequent checkups. Question 15. What is the CDL knowledge test? It's a written multiple choice test on safe driving practices, vehicle inspection, regulations, and handling emergencies. You must pass this test before receiving your CLP. Question 16. What is the CDL skills test? The test includes a pre-trip inspection, a basic control skills test like backing and turning, and an on-road driving test. You'll need to take it in a vehicle that matches the class you're applying for. Question 17. Where do I take the CDL test? Most states administer CDL tests at DMV offices or third-party testing centers. Check your state's DMV website for scheduling locations and availability. Question 18. What vehicles require a Class A CDL? Any combination vehicle with a GCWR over 26,001 pounds and a trailer over 10,000 pounds. This includes tractor trailers and big rigs used in long-haul trucking. Question 19. What vehicles require a Class B CDL? Class B covers single vehicles over 26,001 pounds like box trucks, large buses, and dump trucks. It also allows towing under 10,000 pounds. Question 20. What vehicles require a Class C CDL? Smaller vehicles carrying 16 plus passengers or hazardous materials, such as passenger vans or small HazMat transporters. This class often requires extra endorsements. Question 21. What is the HazMat endorsement? It lets you transport hazardous materials and requires a TSA background check, fingerprinting, and a written knowledge test. You'll also need ongoing training and certification renewals. Question 22. What is the tanker endorsement? It allows you to haul large quantities of liquids or gases in tank vehicles. Tanker drivers must understand slosh dynamics and pressure safety. Question 23. What is the passenger endorsement? It's needed to operate vehicles designed to transport 16 or more people, including the driver. This includes city buses, airport shuttles, and tour buses. Question 24. What is the school bus endorsement? It allows you to drive a school bus and typically requires a clean driving and criminal background check. You must also pass both written and driving tests specific to school bus safety. Question 25. What is the doubles/triples endorsement? This allows you to haul 2 or 3 trailers connected together. It's common in freight and logistics companies using long combination vehicles. Question 26. What is the X endorsement? It's a combo of HazMat and tanker endorsements, letting you haul hazardous materials in a tank vehicle. It requires passing both tests and meeting all TSA and FMCSA requirements. Question 27. What are CDL restrictions? Restrictions are limits placed on your CDL based on the vehicle you tested in. For example, if you didn't test in a manual, you can't legally drive one. Question 28. What is the air brake restriction? If you fail the air brake knowledge test or don't test in a vehicle with air brakes, you get this restriction. It means you can't drive vehicles that use air brake systems. Question 29. What is the E restriction? It means you can only drive automatic transmission vehicles. To remove it, you must retest in a vehicle with a manual transmission. Question 30. What is the K restriction? This limits you to interstate driving within your home state. It's often applied to drivers under 21 or those who don't meet federal medical standards. Question 31. How do I remove a restriction? Schedule a retest at your DMV in a vehicle that meets the unrestricted criteria. You'll have to prove your skills in the appropriate vehicle type. Question 32. What's required to renew a CDL? Renewal varies by state, but usually includes updated medical certification, a vision test, and renewal fees. Some states also require knowledge retesting for HazMat. Question 33. Can I transfer my CDL to another state? Yes, but you must surrender your old license and apply in person at the new state's DMV. Bring ID, proof of residency, and your medical certificate. Question 34. What is CDLIS? The Commercial Driver's License Information System tracks your CDL status nationwide. It prevents drivers from holding multiple licenses in different states. Question 35. What is the National Driver Register? It's a federal database of drivers with serious violations, suspensions, or revocations. Employers and DMVs use it to screen applicants. Question 36. What is the FMCSA Clearinghouse? It's a national database that tracks drug and alcohol violations among CDL drivers. Employers must check this before hiring or annually. Question 37. How do I get a HazMat endorsement? Pass a written exam at the DMV, complete fingerprinting, and pass a TSA background check. Results can take a few weeks, so apply early. Question 38. How long is a HazMat endorsement valid? Typically 5 years, but you must renew your TSA background check and retake the written test before expiration. Question 39. What is the ELDT requirement again? You must complete ELDT from an FMCSA-approved training provider before taking the CDL skills or HazMat, school bus, or passenger endorsement tests. Question 40. What's the difference between intrastate and interstate driving? Intrastate means you only drive within your state. Interstate means your job takes you across state lines or involves cargo that crosses borders. Question 41. Can I get a CDL with a DUI on my record? A DUI will disqualify you for at least 1 year for a first offense. A second offense or DUI in a commercial vehicle can lead to a lifetime ban. Question 42. What's the legal BAC limit for CDL drivers? It's 0.04%, half the limit for regular drivers. A violation leads to immediate disqualification. Question 43. Are there CDL exemptions? Yes, for military personnel, emergency vehicles, and certain farm equipment under specific conditions. Check with your state DMV for details. Question 44. What is self-certification? When applying for a CDL, you must declare if you're driving interstate or intrastate, and whether you're subject to federal medical rules. Your DMV uses this info to determine documentation requirements. Question 45. What if I lose my CDL? Report it to your DMV right away and apply for a replacement. Most states offer this service online or at a local branch. Question 46. How do I upgrade my CDL class? Get a CLP for the higher class, complete any required training, and pass the appropriate skills test in the correct vehicle type. Question 47. Can I have both a CDL and regular license? No. Your CDL replaces your standard license and serves both purposes. You can't hold 2 licenses at once. Question 48. What are penalties for CDL violations? Violations like DUIs, leaving an accident, or using a CMV in a felony can lead to suspensions, fines, or a lifetime ban. Question 49. How should I prepare for the CDL test? Study your state CDL manual, take online practice tests, and enroll in a certified training program for behind-the-wheel instruction. Question 50. What can I do with the CDL? CDLs open doors to careers in trucking, transit, waste management, delivery services, and more. It's one of the most in-demand licenses in the country. So there you have it, the top questions asked about CDLs. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for all your up-to-date CDL resources. Bye!